In this video, I will be going over how to use the USB and network debug menu for TekMonitors. So if you want to use the USB debug uh, menu, you need a computer, probably a laptop, a USB-A to USB mini cable, and TekManager installed on your computer. If you're unsure about what kind of USB cable you might need, feel free to contact support at TekVOX and we can help you get that sorted out. And once you have the USB plugged into the TekMonitors debug port, all TekMonitors, not including Tech PCs, have a little debug port that you can plug into. Once you've done that on the computer that is now plugged into the TekMonitor, you'll want to go to Tools and select USB Debug Port Access, and that will open up the debug menu. I unfortunately do not have any TekMonitors on hand to demonstrate the USB menu, but it is the same as the network debug menu, which I'll be going over here today. So if you want to access the network debug menu for your TekMonitors, all you need to do is right-click on the TekMonitor in question and select Open Telnet Session. That will open up a debug menu in another window. As you can see here, it gives us a variety of information right off the bat, including the TekMonitor serial number, its MAC address, and its current IP address, along with whether or not DHCP is enabled, along with some additional data for the hardware and software version, as well as what drivers are currently installed. So let's go through the options we have here. The first option prints a little debug log that includes, among other things, DHCP status and recently executed macros. If you're having some issues with a TekMonitor, you may be able to find some clues in this debug log. After that, you have the option to clear the log. I am not going to do that here, but if you want to, all you need to do is hit 2 in the menu, hit enter, and it will ask you if you want to clear the log. After that, we have option 3, which is serial pass-through. This allows you to directly send serial commands, which you type in this debug menu, to the serial device on the port of your choice. For now, let's just select port 1. And after that, we will be given the option to choose one of 4 sending modes. Enter normal data includes a carriage return line feed, which is a common way to signal the end of a serial command. Some devices only need the line feed and not the carriage return. And some, instead of using a line feed and carriage return, use an STX and ETX special characters. If the serial device in question doesn't require any of the listed ending marks, you're going to want to select 4, which will strip the carriage return and line feed. So we'll just send what you type in the box. So I'm going to hit 1, and you'll be given the option of whether you want hex conversion on. If you have hex conversion enabled, you will type in hexadecimal characters to send to the device. And if you select no, it'll just send it as the text you have written. I believe for this device, we do not need to send things as hex code. So let's see. So now that we are here, we can enter commands to send, and if the device in question is responding with any data, we will also get it here. And if we want to leave, we can just type 3 X's to escape the pass-through menu. After that is the option for network configuration. This will set the TekMonitors IP address to static, and you will have to go in and manually enter the IP address, gateway, and subnet for the TekMonitor. Let's go through it real quick to show you what it looks like. So it will first present you with the current address and then the set of numbers you are changing. So this here, we're changing the first one. If we don't want to change one of these numbers, you can just hit enter and it will keep it the same. So let's just skip past these first 3 and change this to 74. And it's the exact same for the gateway and subnet. And once you have these settings set up, if you want them to actually be saved and used, you need to then select save and exit, which will save the network changes you've made and tell the TekMonitor to use them. If you find static is not what you want for your TekMonitor, you can hit number 5 to turn on DHCP mode. This will clear any static IP address configuration saved and set it to get its IP address from the router. Again, like with number 4, in order for these settings to take place, you will have to save and exit. After 5, we have 6, which gives you the option to clear the serial drivers. In general, you most likely won't need to do this, and you should be careful when doing so. After 6 and 7 is reset. This will restart the TekMonitor, so it will power off and then power back on again. This can fix some issues and can be useful for testing to make sure it does everything it's supposed to do when it starts up. After 8, we have the debug port. This is similar to the pass-through, except you cannot send any serial data from here. So no, let's just select all. So as you can see here, we are getting serial information to and from the device in serial port 1. As you can see, it has the number of the serial port along with an arrow indicating whether the information is coming from the TekMonitor or from the display. So an arrow to the right, that is information, data, commands the TekMonitor is sending out, and an arrow to the left, right here, is responses from the device And here you can see to make sure that you are in fact getting data to and from your serial devices. And this can be quite handy for troubleshooting a serial device that is not responding to commands. And if you want to exit, you just need to hit enter, and it will take you back to the menu. After debug, we have net stats. This is not going to be terribly helpful to you. This is more additional lower level information to help us in debugging your system. After that is log level, which will tell you the current log level. And after that, there's quit. If you hit that, it will quit the debug menu, and you should be able to just close the window. You can also just close the telnet window instead of hitting the quit button. Both will work just fine for quitting. And before we go, I'm going to show you the TekPC's telnet menu, which differs slightly from the Tek3's debug menu. As you can see here, there are more serial devices and less other information. It has many of the same commands, including the ability to print and clear the log, an option for serial pass-through, and clear drivers, all of which function the same as they do in the Tek3. As you may notice, there is no option to configure the network. At the moment, network configuration should be done on the computer the TekPC is running on, and not through this debug menu. This has an additional option for EasyLink pass-through, which will allow you to test Tek EasyLink commands. The netstats and info option also works a little differently. For the TekPC, it shows you all of the network devices, whether they be Ethernet ports or Wi-Fi, along with their names, MAC addresses, and current IP addresses. This way you can get a good feel of what networks your TekPC is on and where it is on those networks. After that is an option to set a watchdog. Some TekPCs may or may not come with a watchdog dongle. This is set to make sure that if the TekPC service ever stops running unexpectedly or some other thing, the computer will automatically restart so that it can start the service up again. As you can see, this TekPC does not have watchdog enabled, so it will not provide any options for messing with it. After that is R. This will allow you to manually restart the computer a TekPC is running off of. And after that, the last option is the same as the Tek3, which is quit. And once again, you can either use quit or just exit out of the window. Both work just fine. And that has been how to use the USB, and network debugging tools for your TekMonitors.